Luis.
Yes.
So, can you tell me a little bit about your background in affiliate marketing?
Well, initially I got into internet marketing in general through multi-level marketing online, and then eventually I tried that for a few years, failed at it, lost thousands of dollars, and then eventually I stumbled upon a blog from Charles No, and then from there that led to going on forums, stack that money, and eventually I started making money with it.
What was the multi-level marketing firm, if you don't mind me asking?
Amway, back when I was 18 years old. That's when I first got started with it, and I wanted to learn how to do it online because I felt it was a lot more automated, and that led to buying a few products on how to make money online through multi-level marketing. I promoted a Power Network a couple of years ago. It was a pretty popular online MLM. That was the first time I made money online, and then I dropped that after it didn't work out for me, and then I was just searching for ways constantly to make money online. Eventually I found affiliate marketing, and I found it was a lot easier. You didn't have to worry about any branding or any inventory. You would just grab an affiliate link, buy traffic, and then profit. It's pretty easy. It was a lot more simple.
What was your biggest problem or frustration when you were starting out?
The tech stuff, by far. It was setting up landing pages, setting up just learning how to track and all that stuff. So that was the biggest hurdle. But once I got past that, then it was moved a lot faster. Just started buying traffic and whatnot.
How'd you get past that?
I partnered up with somebody who handled all of that for me. So that was really important for me. It allowed me to just completely focus on the media buying side and the marketing and the copywriting and dealing with affiliate networks and whatnot, and pretty much.
Cool. Why did you decide to work with me?
Because I knew you were at a pretty huge level in terms of income. I had read your posts on Stack That Money, and I already knew that you were a really smart person. We actually met at Affiliate Summit East. It was a small meetup, with 4 or 5 marketers, and you were showing people how you ran your Facebook campaigns. And from that, I was like, well, this guy, he really knows what he's talking about. So we just kept in touch after that, and we met up again in person, and you just gave me a lot of good advice on how to improve my campaigns, how to, and this was before I was working with you. I was, doing my own independent affiliate stuff. But you showed me, how to think of angles, how to spy on campaigns. You said, you really got to get into into your traffic source. So where did that type of traffic come from? What sites, are your ads being served on? What type of user is seeing those ads, etc. All this other stuff. So, you added basically a lot of value to me in that meeting, and through Skype and whatnot. And then that's why when you came to me to work with you and start doing Facebook advertising, I instantly said yes, because I knew I would be able to learn a lot more from you, working more closely every day, just talking and launching campaigns and getting your feedback, every day on what's working, what's not, what can I do to improve, and etc.
Totally. What did you have any hesitations towards working with me at first?
Not really, because one thing I've learned is a lot of my success, at least, has been attributed to the people I surround myself with. So I instantly knew what better than to surround yourself with a super affiliate if you're trying to yourself make it in affiliate marketing. I mean, it was really no-brainer, and it was. I just knew that I would be able to learn a lot more and scale way past what I was currently doing. So it was really no-brainer.
How do you feel about working with John, with me?
First off, you learn a lot. One thing I've gotten is a lot of experience, a lot of just launching campaigns, shifting my mindset from one of not launching as much to just not thinking about it as much and just taking action, launching more and more, and using all of that activity to kind of find your way towards a profitable campaign. And it's really good because you provide a lot of good feedback, but not so much that you're babying the person. You expect, you expect me to just figure things out on my own for the most part and only ask.
So continue on. So what have you learned working with John? You were just talking about some of the things you had learned working with me.
Yeah, so like launching a lot of campaigns improves your chances of hitting a profitable one. Constantly looking at the data is amazing. For example, the tracker we use is volume, so there's a lot of data points that you can analyze and look into, from devices to phone models, carriers, etc. There's so much data there that you can really dig deep and find certain things that high performing campaign that whether it be a certain carrier in a certain country or a certain landing page works better for one carrier where it doesn't for another carrier. Like details like that can really improve the campaign and stuff that I didn't used to look into before, but it's something that can take a campaign literally profitable from negative to profitable. So that was a huge thing. I guess changing mindsets in terms of you can really make anything profitable as long as you test and as long as for one it's proven to convert. But if it's proven to convert, if you see a lot of people running it, then you can make it profitable. I didn't believe that before. I had to choose had to be like a very specific thing that I knew that I could make convert. But in reality, if you see it converting, if you see it being run somewhere pretty frequently, you can make it convert. It's just a matter of putting in the work and testing it constantly. Coming up with angles and just constantly improving the process, optimizing.
So, in your mind, who was my program made for?
I guess if you want to take, okay, so if you're stuck at let's say at a decent need, like you're making some money with affiliate marketing, but you're not hitting like 5 figures a month, you're just barely getting by, or if you still have a part-time job or a full-time job and you're doing this on the side, I guess it's definitely for that person because this can be the tipping point and basically allowing you to put your job in doing this as a career. With a lot more freedom. We don't know what affiliate marketing gets. A lot more geographic freedom. You don't have to report to anybody, and you run stuff on your own. So I guess if you're on that borderline, that's especially for those people. I think those are the people probably that most need it. And it's also for the people who are hitting those 5-figure months, but you want to go to multiple 5 figures and be consistent. Because the principles apply the same. It's just really taking you from whether it's from 4 to 6 or from 6 to 10, whatever level you're at. I think just the content and just I guess your approach to campaigns and just how to get profitable online it's universal. It's just a matter of scale. Whatever level you're at, it's gonna get you to the next level.
When you first started working with John, I mean, what were your first thoughts when you started going through the videos and you started finding out about how I do affiliate marketing?
So when I first started, it was cloaking Facebook. So that was something that, to me, from the outside looking in, was huge. That was next level because I thought there were so many systems and stuff, and which there were. So when I first started working, I was exposed to like all the complexity of the whole thing, and but once what I learned was it's all take it step by step. It's not as long as you take it step by step, eventually you'll get there. But if you shut your mind down instantly and not even like look into it, like I would never consider promoting on Facebook because of all the problems with accounts and all this BS. It's just a lot of stress. So when I started working with you, I was shown the whole process, and I guess it's not as hard as it seems. It just takes work, and it just takes time, to learn everything. But everything is learnable. It just takes commitment and time to learn it. So I guess it raised my belief in what's possible, more than anything. Being able to see that stuff. It's one thing to hear it in an internet marketing video, in a sales video being promoted, like, oh, you can do this. You can quote Facebook and make $15,000 a day or whatever, but it's another thing to see the actual behind the scenes, what you can, and that's what you provide, basically, like everything. So, all huge behind the scenes stuff.
Cool. How did you feel when you first got started
Excited.
working with my system?
Yeah, excited because of the potential. Because you hear rumors, like, oh, all the big affiliates, what they run is Facebook, Google, nutraceuticals, so skin, diet, muscle. That's all you hear. It's like that's the big market. That's where the big fish play and stuff. So to finally be able to play in that arena was really exciting. So that's instantly because I saw the dollar signs, instantly because I was doing.
You were profitable right from the start, right?
Yeah, I was profitable right from the start. Like I would say, yeah, first campaign I threw up, it was profitable. It was a multiple 5-figure profit campaign. So.
Once you started launching campaigns, I mean, I know it was easy right from the start in your case, but did the process of both launching campaigns and new angles and stuff, did that become easier over time?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is practice, and I had been running my own affiliate campaign before that, and I had a job previously where I did that too, where I launched campaigns. So I think already having that background made it a little bit easier to start out. But at the end of the day, it's just practice. Like the reason why it was easy for me was because I had experience at the previous job and my own affiliate campaigns and mobile marketing. So it's just practice. I mean, you pick everything up just through reps. You put in the reps, and the more reps you put in, the faster the learning process is going to be. So, I mean, really, it's just experience, and just be aware of what you're doing. Like, just use the feedback that you're getting from the campaign. So just launch a lot, and then see and analyze the campaign. What land is working, what angle works, what angle is converting better, and then just go with what works. I mean, it's really just that. Just putting the reps.
How much profit have you made so far working with John? With me?
So overall, probably over 100,000. And that's in like 3 months or 4 months.
4 months. How has your life changed for the better working with me in ways other than just the money? And if so, how? Have you learned anything beyond affiliate marketing working with me?
I guess business-wise, maybe not specifically affiliate marketing.
Not specifically That's
Yeah, so not specifically for the marketing, business-wise probably, just your standards, I would say. Like, your goals. It's so big, it's like, for me, it's, I would be content with like a few hundred K or, a few million, but you're trying to build something huge. And that opens, just like, that made me realize, like, I might be playing too small. I might be selling myself too short in terms of my ambitions and what I want out of life. So that was one thing. That was pretty big. Um, I guess an abundance mindset too. Just not really holding things back. Be pretty transparent with everything. So I was pretty surprised by that. That you're pretty transparent with everything you do, and yeah, you're not worried about shit. You just live life basically. I think that's another thing. Just being more free, I guess.
okay. Two more questions. I mean, what would you say is the single most important lesson you've learned working with me? It could be a specific tactic or trainings or whatever, or it could be business or abundance or whatever. But what would you say is the single most important lesson?
I guess the big one that sticks out in my mind is just surrounding yourself with the right people. That opens up some not only does it basically force you to raise your standards and your game and what you expect out of life, but it opens up doors because you meet other people like through you I've met a few other people that are really smart and that I can learn from. But just surrounding yourself with better people, it raises your standards. It makes you, I guess, view life from a different point of view and gives you more belief in terms of what's possible and what's achievable. So that was a huge thing I'd say. And the connection. A lot of things in life. I think you can get to your goals a lot faster if you just meet people. You just meet the right people. Partnering up with people, you accelerate so much faster than trying to do it on your own.
And the last question, what would be your advice to others who might be on the fence about working with John and his program?
So I think if you're serious about it, you should definitely do it. If you're not serious, I wouldn't waste your time. But if you're really serious about it, honestly, I think it's the fastest way to basically make a full-time living off of this, or scale your campaigns from where they're currently at to wherever you want them to be, like 3, 4, 5, 10x bigger. It's the fastest way to get there. It'll accelerate your path to your goal, basically, to making more money, essentially. That's what it'll do. So if you're really serious about it, and those are the qualifiers. You gotta be serious about it, and if you are, then it'll speed up your making money goals like a lot. But if you want to take years, like I did, like what I did before was I bought internet marketing products, but I never talked to anybody. I never went to any conferences, and I think that slowed my progress a lot because I was just in my own little bubble, not meeting anybody. And once I started to do that, like 1 year ago was my first affiliate marketing conference, Affiliate Summit East. Like my campaigns took off right after that. Like I started hitting 4-figure a day campaigns, like consistent. And I started hitting multiple 5-figure month profit consistently after I did that, and after I got myself out there, started talking to more people, adding people on Sky, messaging people on Stack That Money. All of that stuff helped. So whenever you can get a chance to
Yeah, sorry. Go on. you're just saying your advice to people who are on the fence of working with John, and you were saying you would say, you know, the two qualifications were if you're serious and if you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah, seriously.
No, you're talking about how when you first started. Like
Oh yeah. Surround yourself with like the right people. And stuff. Yeah. So networking is really important. It speeds up your success, I'd say, because you get so much feedback from other people. You get tips from people on what's working and what's not, instead of having to figure it out on your own. So you're getting knowledge from like all of these people who are doing their own thing and they're learning on their own. So you guys can share ideas. It just lets you get ahead faster. So doing this and being able to work with like a super affiliate who's been successful in multiple verticals, I mean, you don't really get that opportunity too much, Most affiliates are really underground. They don't really talk about their campaigns. They don't really put themselves out there like that. So this is like I don't know of any affiliate, there might be, I don't know of any that is so transparent with their stuff and, is willing to basically show you the behind the scenes of everything. That's pretty obvious, I think, You're getting a peek into multi-million-dollar campaigns, essentially. I don't know how else to put it. If you're serious about it, it's a no-brainer. Like when you asked me to come on board, instantly it was a no-brainer. I booked my flight, everything. I said pretty much. I said yes on the spot because I already knew. Come on, that's the offer. Is you get to see everything that I do to make a profit. I've made millions, or you've made millions. You're showing everything. So it's I don't know. It's just pretty obvious. Maybe it's my mindset. I don't know. But if you're really serious and if you want to make this your full-time shit, your full-time thing, I mean, just do it. Get money.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that was real talk.